Today we're going to continue with graphing real life functions. Again, looking at one other way that we can create a function and graph it. All right, so here's another scenario. Michael received a $100 Blockbuster gift card for his birthday. He rents movies for $2.50 each. Write a function rule that models the balance, B of R, of the gift card after each rental R. So B of R is the balance as a function of number of rentals. So starting with writing our function rule here. In this case, we have a gift card that has $100 on it, so it's 100, but every time we use it, we're taking off $2.50 per rental. So that is our function rule. All right, so let's fill out the table. Here, we know that 100 is our balance. We have a card that starts with that amount on it before we use it at all. So that's when there are 0 rentals used. Then for every 1 rental, we lose $2.50. So every 2 rentals would be $5. So 100 minus 5 would be 95. Another 2 more, we lose another $5. So 90. Another 2 more, we lose another $5. So 85. All right, so now we can start our graph. Again, we have the gift card in multiples of 5. So I'm going to do every other by 10. I started counting by 20s. I want to do 10s there. So I get all the way up to 100. And then on the bottom, we can do every one by 1. So I'm going to do every other by 2. And now we start by graphing those points. So 0, 100 is all the way up here. And 2, then 95 would be here. And 4 and 90. And 6 and 85. So you see a pattern, and that pattern is going to continue. So I can guess that 8 would be 80, and that 10 would be 75, and that 12 would be 70, and that 14 would be 65, and that 16 would be 60. And I can draw my straight line or linear function. I'm going to put an arrow on the end because it would continue if my graph did. All right, so again, we have a linear function that looks a little bit different than what we saw the day before, yesterday, and the day before that. So hopefully you're realizing what is going on here and can tell why it looks different. You're going to discuss that with your partner later. All right, so let's see what they want us to do with this function. So again, it was B of R equals 100 minus 250R. The balance is a function of the number of rentals. So it says if R is 40, find B of R. So I can just substitute in 40 for R. So B of R equals 100 minus 250 times 40. So B of R equals 100 minus 250 times 40, which I should be able to do in my head, but I'm going to just make sure I'm doing it correctly. It is 100, so it's 100 minus 100. So the balance after 40 rentals would be $0. And then if the balance is $55, find the number of rentals for R. So we're going to plug in 55 equals 100 minus 250R and solve. I'm going to subtract 100 from both sides. I get negative 45 equals negative 250R. Divide by negative 250. Divide by negative 250. And R equals 45 divided by 2.5. I know it's going to be positive because it's a negative divided by a negative. So we get 18. So 18 rentals would leave us with a balance of $55, meaning that we'd spent $45. That's where that number comes in. All right, so again, you guys are now going to try some examples on your own and have a little discussion with your group to see if you can tell what's been going on here. So you're going to finish 2, 3, and 4. Make sure you're checking in with me to be sure that you've got it all right.